Okay, thank you so much. So let's make Africa the tree of life. We are officially beginning our call today. A very important way of beginning our year. I'll say Happy New Year to everybody here, and also to officially welcome you to this call. It's a very important conversation that we're going to be having today with our tertiary-based students across the continent of Africa to delve into the matters of digital inclusion, matters of artificial intelligence, and matters that deals with our current stand in terms of education, in terms of embracing technology. So I want you to be very open-minded, very ready to receive what is going to be shared today, and very ready to actively participate in this call in a way that is going to be very, very consistent with our understanding, our language, and everything that we're doing in different parts of Africa. So, without much ado, I want to make a brief introductory in terms of people who are present here. Then, from there, we're going to jump into the session. So, I'm just going to take highs from different parts of the continent because I know the people we want to know more are the speakers who are going to be leading us in this session. So, I'm going to start officially from the southern part of Africa. Yeah, the southern part of Africa. And I always love to know their names. So I'll start with Valentine Maponga. I know you're never coming from any parts, any southern Africa. I know you say that Zimbabwe, South Africa, Botswana, or yeah. So you can say hi. I'm just going to be choosing the names as they say hi. Tell us your name, your country, and your explanation so far. Yeah,
Hi.
Maponga, kindly. Are you there?
Yes,
Hi.
my name is Valentine Maponga. I'm a journalist and communications officer based in Harare, Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much, Valentine. Happy to have you here and to see you join this call, and a very important one indeed. Let me also get to hear from one in Uganda or Kenya. Who will I choose now? Yeah, let me take one of our executives from Ethiopia. Yeah, Hannah, you there? Kindly say hi to our team members here. This is the eastern
Hi,
part of Africa.
hi everyone, welcome to this call. I hope you're doing good. My name is Hannah
Thank you
Gira,
so much.
candidate
Yeah.
of president.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That is Anna Gerawak from Ethiopia. That is our country director in Ethiopia. Thank you for joining our call today. I also get to hear from Isaac. Yeah, just to give East Africans two opportunities. I don't know why I did this. Yes,
Because we are growing at a faster rate. Hey, a good evening, everyone.
yes.
Hope everyone
Okay,
is
please go
well.
ahead.
We are so glad for everyone who has made the time to join this call. I think it's going to be educative, and we are going to share a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Happy to have you here, Isaac from Uganda. So I'll go to the western part of Africa again. Western part of Africa. I'll pick Adesui Dada. Please from Nigeria, I think, or Ghana, or Cameroon. I don't know. Adesui, are you there? Okay. Anybody from the western part of the continent?
Hi, Victor.
Yes, please say hi. Hello.
Yeah, this is Al Bashir.
Okay, thank you. Wow, amazing. Thank you so much for joining our call. Yeah. So I'm just going to be taking this to our house today to take us to the next part of this program. I want us to be very, very receptive of everything that we're going to be sharing here and expect more of a very, very robust conversation around digital inclusion. So without much ado, my name is Victor Tieno. I serve at Africa Digital Inclusion Alliance. Yeah, from Kenya. I'll stop there for now. So let me invite Samson Atea to take us to the next level by introducing our speakers of today. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Victor. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, we are able to get you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Victor, for the opportunity, and Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year 2025. I hope this is a great year for ADIA. I hope this will be a very great year for us to carry out our events. Now, my name is Samson Ataya. I'm from Kenya, a student at Kisii University studying information technology. And today, I'm grateful that I will be your host today. So our goal today is to discuss and have insights about the topic, and the topic which is student voices on AI and digital inclusion in Africa for education. And I think everybody is ready for this, and I hope we are going to have an engaging session. And also to the listeners, please prepare your questions that you will ask. Your time will come to ask the questions. And I think let's have an open-minded discussion, and yeah, let's move Africa forward. Yeah, and this time I think let me take this opportunity to welcome our speakers for today. And I think I will start with Ali Hussein. Ali Hussein, are you there? Please introduce yourself and say what part you're from, what you do. Yeah. Ali Hussein, please.
Hello everyone. Am I audible enough? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Africa's Digital Inclusion, for giving me the opportunity to be among the speakers for your monthly webinar. My name is Al Hussein Ali Yusuf, a Nigerian, and I recently graduated from the University of Maiduguri. I graduated last month, December 2024. And I am a tech enthusiast and also a climate activist. I work around climate change, climate mitigation, adaptation, and also how we can integrate AI in solving some of our climate crisis here in Africa. And it's really a pleasure to be here among so many African young people from different corners of Africa. And I look forward to learn from our esteemed speakers and of course the participant as well. As the host mentioned, this is an open call. We are here to learn, to share ideas, our experiences, our knowledge, so we can see how we can move Africa forward in the aspect of AI and digital inclusion. So thank you so much for having me. I look forward to a fruitful and insightful conversation. Thank you so much. It's Alusen.
Thank you so much, Ali. Thank you so much, Ali. What a wonderful introduction. So I think I will go to the next person. We have a change. I think you may see Sifa Kinoti is actually will not be with us today, but she sent a representative from the same University of Nairobi, Kenya, who is Daisy. Daisy, please, are you there so you can introduce yourself? Daisy, are you around? Okay, so I think as Daisy prepares to come, because of time, let's go to Zimbabwe. We have Michelle from Zimbabwe. Michelle, can you please introduce yourself? 2 minutes.
I think Daisy is saying that it seems. I don't know if you can able to get her. If you're able to speak, okay, let's go on.
Uh, Daisy, Daisy, I think we can't hear you. Daisy, can you come up?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, can get.
Um, I'm Daisy Jalagat. I'm a fourth year student at University of Nairobi, and I'm currently doing just spatial engineering. So I'm passionate about technology and solving problems using tech, especially around climate action and food insecurity. I am a Microsoft student ambassador here in Kenya and a campus lead. And apart from that, I co-founded a tech community where we do hackathons, build innovations, do community work, and so on and so forth. So yeah, so I'm really excited to be here and contribute to this session.
Thank you so much, Daisy. I think next, let me go to Michelle from Zimbabwe. Michelle, are you around? Michelle? Okay. Because of time, I think let's go to Natasha from Makerere University, Uganda. Natasha, please.
Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone. Can I be heard?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Natasha Ahereza is my name. A youth leader and a social worker, very passionate and an advocate about education and digital inclusion in Africa. I serve as the General Secretary of the NRM National Resistance Movement, living in Masbate in Uganda. I'm a third year student at Makerere University doing social work and actively contributed to youth-led organizations like Youthline Forum and Parliamentary Youth Desk. With experience in education advocacy and leadership training from institutions like here in Uganda and Sweden, I have a deep interest in exploring how technology, especially AI, can transform education for Africa's diverse and dynamic communities. Therefore, today, I'm thrilled and very excited to be part of this important conversation on students' voices on AI and digital inclusion as how our topic of the day goes. Therefore, I look forward to sharing more insights and learning from all of us on the panel and also people from the audience. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I think next, I'm going to invite both from Botswana, Loretta. Loretta from Botswana, please.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Lorita from Botswana, and I'm currently a student at Limkom Queen University of Creative and Technology, doing my degree in software engineering and with multimedia. Yes. I would just say that my interest, or just let me just say, I love anything that deals with technology. I just love anything that deals with technology, whether it's the coding part or the planning part or the brainstorming part or the AI and the whatnot. I just love anything that deals with technology. And now when you talk about helping people get access to technology or helping people get access to AI tools or building AI solutions that can help solve problems that people face in our countries, whether in Eastern Africa or Southern Africa or Western Africa, just Africa as a whole. Yes, I love helping people. And I will just say that currently, for my major project, I'm developing an AI assistant for blind people. That's how passionate I am. So I would just love to say I love that this is something that we're doing in the beginning of 2025. It shows that there's a future, that it's something that we are doing at the beginning of the year. Before we start getting busy with anything else, we are here talking about what we can do to assist in our education sectors with the digital inclusion in Africa as a whole. So I would just say thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Loretta. And I think there's one speaker who I don't know if she's here. Michelle. Okay, I think if she's not around, maybe she may be joining us later. So I think we're going to go to the next part, of which I'm going to ask the speakers some questions on the matters on AI, and they're going to respond, and also we're going to give time to also the listeners so that they can also ask their burning questions. So please pay attention to the discussion. I think it will be a very helpful and healthy discussion. I think you've heard from most of the speakers. Most of them are into development and maybe innovating new things, mostly in artificial intelligence. And as far as we know, AI is an emerging technology and it's growing really fast. And AI modules are being used in different maybe companies, organizations to perform different tasks. I know we may have people maybe joining the meeting. Some people maybe may be asking, what is AI? What is artificial intelligence? Because we get people just know maybe AI by just hearing people say AI, or yeah, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, Copilot, things like those. But in simple terms, what we can say that AI is a simulation of the human intelligence. It's a simulation. Like a simulation is that a mimic maybe of the human intelligence, but it's an expert level. I can give an example, like I may know something, somebody else might know something different, but I don't know that something different. But if I feed that information that I know into a machine, and that person also feeds the information they know into a machine, this single machine will know more than me and will know more than him. Why? Because I never knew the information that he had and he never knew the information that I have. But this single machine is an expert now because it knows the information that both of us know. Because now it's an expert in this field. An artificial, yeah, so it's a simulation of the human intelligence. So these systems can perform tasks. Artificial intelligence can perform several tasks. We have one of the speakers mentioned that they're developing for the, I think, visual impaired. So we have speech recognition. It's also an AI. We have decision-making options. We also have language translations. Those simple things, they're made out of AI modules. So I think at this point, because of time also, we are trying to fit everybody so we can give everybody an opportunity. I think I will go straight to questions, and I think I will start with maybe a question maybe that points to a certain speaker, and then from there we will go general questions to any speaker who is there to answer, or maybe any participant who is there who can also feed in some information. And I think I will request Victor, since he's holding the meeting on his accounts, on Adia's account. So I will request him to assist me. When you raise up your hand, I mention your name and he can allow you, I think, to speak. So let's go. Question number one, I think I will direct it to Daisy. Daisy, how can AI-driven educational tools be designed to address the unique culture and linguistic diversity in African classrooms? The question, and I repeat, how can AI-driven educational tools be designed to address the unique cultural and linguistic diversity in African classrooms? Daisy?
Yes. So I feel like AI-driven tools must integrate localized context, that is the African context, including indigenous languages and cultural references, just to make sure that the AI models that are being built are inclusive and they're accommodative and they're useful to every single person, right? So like, for example, language learning apps, like what we have right now, Duolingo as a case study, it has Kiswahili, it has Amharic, it has all these other languages, right? So using AI models trained on diverse data sets representing Africa's linguistic diversity ensures tools are inclusive. So even us as Africans, to ensure that we're being represented as AI is being created, we need to want to contribute to it, right? Because nobody can advocate for us. So we need to be able to provide the data ourselves, the data that is now informing these AI models. So yeah.
Thank you for that response. I think the same question, if Ali can respond to that same question, please.
Hello, am I audible enough?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm currently battling with some network issues right now. Yeah, all right. As we know, Africa is made up of diverse set of languages. We have different ethnic groups, different languages, and we are looking how can AI driven educational tools address cultural and linguistic diversity in Africa. I believe we can leverage adaptive technologies like the natural language processing and culturally inclusive contexts. Africa's diverse classroom, as we know, it has over 2,000 languages and varying cultural contexts, and which it requires tools tailored to these unique needs of our languages. We need to find a way to translate some of these contents, educational contents, into our local dialects. If you look at some of these countries like India and China, they are using their own local languages to teach their children, and I believe that this is one of their secret tips to having a developed country. If in Africa we can also adopt such kind of idea of teaching our younger generations in our own local language, I believe we are going to go a long way. And using AI, we can actually translate some of this content into our local dialects. And for us to do that, we will have to actually design the AI and feed it with data and information about our local dialects, because some of the languages might not be online, and it's something that needs to be designed. It's something that we need to do it ourselves. If young developers and scholars can actually come together and work towards finding such solutions, I believe that this is something that's very, very possible. Like the speaker mentioned that we have Duolingo, which have lots of African languages like the Swahili, the Yoruba, and the Zulu. We can use things like Google Translate and customize to improve translations for African dialects. Yes, that's my own that's my own contribution to this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ali. Thank you so much. What a good contribution. And I think they have said it all, the two speakers, Safi and Ali, Sifa and Ali, sorry. So yeah, that is a good explanation for that question. And right now, I think we're having, this is Africa. We have some limitations maybe to our rural areas. Maybe some of our students don't access maybe the digital devices and what have you. And also the education system, maybe, so we may say in some countries is not that better off. So my question is, in what ways can AI help bridge the digital divide and ensure equitable access to quality education for students in remote and underdeserved areas of Africa? In what ways can AI help bridge the digital divide and ensure equitable access to quality education for these students in remote and underdeserved areas in Africa? I think this question, Natasha, if you're open to the forum, you can.
Can you please pardon the question, please?
Oh, yeah. In what ways can AI bridge the digital divide and ensure equitable access to quality education for students in remote and underdeserved areas in Africa?
Digital divide what?
Oh, let me pardon. The
Yes,
question
please.
goes, in what ways can AI help bridge the digital divide and ensure equitable access to quality education for students in remote and underdeserved areas in Africa?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. As I had said, I'm very privileged and glad to be part of this panel. Can it be heard?
Yes.
Yes. So artificial intelligence, AI, as they have explained, one of the ways AI can bridge the digital divide and ensure equity access people in remote areas. If I have explained the question well, hope that is the question.
Yeah.
One is that it provides offline solutions. In Africa, internet access is a very big challenge, but AI tools like Cobril allow people to download lessons and access them offline. I don't know if we have some people who knows this AI tool called Colibri. Many people are used of Google, ChatGPT, and Meta AI, but these other ones, you can't access them if you don't have internet. So this app has helped many people access it when they're even offline. For example, in Uganda's refugees camp, Colibri is being used. It was introduced to them and initiated there. Therefore, it helps and it is used in teaching children and people who cannot attend formal schools. For example, when we were in the pandemic of COVID-19 in Uganda, the president closed the schools. We're not assessing the schools, but whereby some of the institutions kept on learning online. And it was a challenge that many people were complaining of using a lot of money to buy data. Therefore, that was one of the apps that were introduced in those few camps to remove that challenge, and they make sure they access education. Also, AI has helped in supporting languages. Of recent, I was on AI using, actually this time around I was using ChatGPT. I wrote some sentence in English, then I asked ChatGPT to change that sentence into my local language, and it did so. I was very shocked. Actually, it was my first time to know that such a tool can change English into my local deep language. We all know that Africa has very many different languages, different tribes, different regions, and everything, which can make communication and education very difficult. But AI tools like Google and also ChatGPT translates and helps in breaking this barrier by translating information into local languages. Also, AI could be used to create learning materials in Kiswahili, yes, or Hausa, helping students learn in their languages to understand very fast. Another thing is that AI has helped in training and empowering communities. AI is not just about tools, by the way, if I have to talk about this. It's also about teaching people how to use them and shape them. For example, AI Saturdays. I don't know if you have heard about this program, a free AI education program. It basically trains young people in Africa to understand and create AI solutions. And in this way, people from remote areas have been able to become creators of AI tools rather than users. With that, I can stop there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natasha. What a nice job. That's a good example that you gave. I hope most of the people who haven't heard of it, I think now they are much informed about it. And I think my next question will go to Lorita, and I think she's an expert in this field, in the field of the disabilities. So I think as we may see that people with disabilities maybe facing challenges navigating through maybe through their phones for the blind, maybe some of them through hearing, some can't use the devices maybe to watch videos and what have you. So it's a big challenge for them. So my question to Lorita is, what role can AI play in supporting students with disabilities and special education needs in Africa? And what challenges need to be overcome to achieve this?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead, Lorita.
Okay, thank you so much. Can I hear the question again?
Yeah, so I was talking about the disability, people living with
Yes.
disabilities. So the question goes
Yes.
that what role can AI play in supporting students with disabilities and special education needs in Africa? And what challenges need to be overcome to achieve this?
Okay, thank you so much. I guess maybe giving an example with blind people or visually impaired, you can say that it's not quite easy for them to get content that is online. Like, yes, they can read from their braille books, but are they able to access information from Google? Are they able to access information if they are searching for information in maybe the doing research? Can they get access? Can they access information on Google Scholar? Can they get access information from their phones, literally? So when you talk about AI now, remember when you're just explaining what is AI and how does it work? It has made things easier in the sense that if I say that I want to help a blind person to be able to read information or access information online, that means I can develop something that can speak out whatever that person needs from Google. Or let me just say, I'm a blind person. I want to search for something that is related to maybe digital inclusion in Africa. I want to know what it is about, but I can't access a book. My Braille book right now doesn't have the information, but I know I can get the information online. What if I had that tool that when I just tap into it, I can just ask it, can I have information that talks about, tell me or explain to me what is digital inclusion in Africa? What does it entail? What does it mean? And then after getting the information, the AI tool is able to dictate whatever is on the device, whether it's your laptop or your phone, is able to dictate whatever the information is displayed there, so that even though you are blind, you are able to access the information, right? By listening to what the AI is dictating, right? And one other thing is also maybe object recognition. I can't see, but I want to be able to walk around. Yes, I can move with my stick, but what if I miss something with my stick? Can I have a device that, maybe a wearable device, maybe a pair of glasses that has lenses attached to it, and that lens can capture the environment and tell me what is in front of me. The AI can tell me what is in front of me based on the images that is fed into it through the lenses or the glasses that I'm wearing. Or I can say, I want the AI to transcribe lectures that I get from school in as in speaking it to me, or let's say dictating it to me and discussing in real time. That means I'm able to follow in class and actively participate in class, right? Because it's not in every country where you find a school that is specifically for blind people and it focuses on technology, or let me say there's art, let me just say a university that is only built for the blind. It's not easy for you to find that in Africa, right? Even though those who are coming from rural areas, those really deep places in Africa, but if they're able to access this, that means they're able to participate in class, they're able to follow what is going on in class without having that much difficulty had they not had that, right? And then uh, one other thing, you had mentioned challenges to overcome in supporting students with the disabilities, right? Through AI.
Yeah.
One thing that we know, our schools mostly lack access to maybe internet or just the digital infrastructure, not just in universities, in just small schools like primary level, secondary level. There are some schools that they don't have access to internet, or maybe they don't have computers. And then overcoming this requires a lot of investment in affordable internet connectivity, or just getting devices that can be solar powered, right? And that's something that as tech experts, or not just tech experts, people who have a passion to help people in these areas are able to come up with a way in which we can solve this problem, right? And then one other thing is the high cost of assistive technology. Like we know, AI driven braille readers, these, they are very complex and they are not easy to develop. they need a lot of time and a lot of energy to put in this. So I think one major solution we can have for this is collaboration with companies, maybe private companies, or just as students, like how I decided to do it as my major project. It's not like someone came to me and said, can you develop this for people? No, I sat down and said, what sort of problems do we have in our country? What And I saw the problem, then I was like, I can fix this, I can solve this problem with my skills, whatever I'm learning in school. When people were sitting down and deciding to do maybe systems for maybe registration system or an admin portal, I sat down and tackled a real life problem. That shows that you must have a passion for that. That means we have to collaborate. As right now we are gathered here to discuss about problems that our countries are facing and how we can solve those problems, right? Let me not take a long time and maybe stop here and give others a chance to pitch in. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Loretta. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, actually, including also people with disability is a major challenge. You find that most of the devices, actually, they're not much included in development and what have you, but I think that needs to change. And that's why we're having such discussions so that we can improve and also include everyone to be digitally inclusive. So I think this other question, I think any of the speakers who will be free to answer it, they can go ahead. We have talked much about artificial intelligence. We have talked about artificial intelligence in our cultural and linguistic diversity. We have talked about artificial intelligence in people with disabilities. We have talked about how to bridge AI into digital inclusion to support students in Africa. Most of the things AI can bring, AI has a lot of disadvantages and disadvantages also. So as AI brings more opportunities, more advantages, and making maybe work easier, there are also some potential risks. And my question goes to any of the speakers. What are the ethical considerations and potential risks of implementing AI in African education system, and how can they be mitigated? What are the ethical considerations and potential risks of implementing AI in African educational system, and how can they be mitigated? Any of the speakers?
Can you repeat the question, please?
My question goes, what are the ethical considerations and potential risks of implementing AI in African educational system? And how can they be mitigated?
Sorry?
Or what are the ethical considerations and potential risks of implementing AI in African educational systems, and how can they be mitigated?
I don't know if it's me what is missing you out, but I didn't get the question well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Ethical consideration, what?
What are the ethical considerations and
Yes,
potential risks of implementing AI in the African educational system, and how can they be mitigated?
Okay. Thank you so much. Ethical considerations. Natasha is my name, those who have just joined in, and I hope it's okay if I can answer the question.
It's okay, go ahead.
Ethical considerations and potential risk of implementing AI in African education systems, and how can they be mitigated strategically, right? The integration of AI in African education systems comes with significant benefits. But on that, it also raises ethical considerations and potential risks that must be carefully addressed. Um, some of the concerns raised is we have bias, yes, accessibility, and the impact on human role in education. And mitigating these challenges requires proactive strategies, yes, to ensure that AI serves all students responsibly and equally. And also, as we all know that one of our core values is equity, we need to make sure that AI is strategically serving and all students equally, equitably, and responsibly. And one critical ethical consideration is data privacy and security. AI systems they often require large amounts of data. I think I discussed that before. Our internet in Africa is very expensive, yes, including personal information about students, such as their learning progress, socio-economic status, and even behavioral patterns. Without strict data protection measures, this information can be misused or leaked. For example, during the introduction of the digital learning tools in South Africa, I don't know if I'm using examples which people don't know. Sometimes when it comes to African AI, I take my time to search about some things. During that introduction, there were concerns about unauthorized sharing of students' data with third parties. To mitigate this, governments and educational institutions must implement strong data protection laws. And we have seen this, people say they're expensive, but even though they're expensive, we have to try our best. Like Kenya's Data Protection Act, we all know that. I think Kenyans who are all here can tell about that. Kenya has the largest protection data unit, I think, if not Africa or in the all of East Africa. Yes, which ensures that educational tools comply with strict data privacy standards. So it's a good example that other people should take hit on, and they also do the same. Well, another concern, as I said, it's bias. In AI systems, unintentionally favor certain groups over others. This can happen when these data sets used to train AI tools do not represent Africa's diverse population. Here, I mean, AI-powered learning systems designed in Western contexts may fail to accommodate Africa's students' linguistic or cultural norms. We all know that. We have seen in many countries, people fight black, white, black, white. Then to address this, I think developers must ensure that training data is respected.
Hello, Natasha. I think you have gone off. We can't hear you. Natasha, are you there?
Yes, Sam. Are you talking?
Yeah, I was talking, Natasha. I can't hear. Or is it on my side? Can you hear her?
Okay.
No, we can't hear her.
I can get her. I was getting her. Maybe Lorita can continue because I see she's here. Or
Let
Ali
me
Hassan.
let,
Yeah.
let me
Ali
take it
Yusuf.
from.
Please, I don't know if
Yes,
you're able to
yes,
go on.
yes, yes.
All right. Yeah, am I audible enough?
Yeah. Yeah,
All right,
Ali.
thank you so much for having me once again. I think in my own opinion, from my own point of view, I think integrating AI in Africa's education lead to things like job displacement. Yes, so adopting AI to replace or somehow reduce the value of teachers, and this will lead to job insecurity and resistance to the technology. Oh, because let's take an example of
Raphael,
an
kindly mute.
can you hear me?
Yes, we are getting you. Please go ahead. So sorry for
All
that.
right, yes, as I said, adopting AI tools can replace or devalue the role of teachers in Africa, and this will lead to job insecurities and resistance to the technology at large. Let me give an example with automated grading systems. It's an AI that grades students. When students write an assessment, they just put it into the AI and it will grade them. So this will actually reduce the involvement of teachers in grading assessments, and kind of it raised concerns about their redundancies. And how can we kind of mitigate such problems is we should take an AI as a supportive tool rather than a total replacement for teachers. Because I can see that some people are seeing AI as a replacement.
Hello.
That's what. Hello, am I not audible?
I was speaking. I don't know how. I don't know what happened, and then I saw me getting muted and you speaking. I don't understand. Maybe the modulator can tell us.
Yeah, I think Natasha, you were talking and then I think your network got lost, so people were not hearing you. So Ali was proceeding from where you left with his point of view. Think let Ali finish and then you will wrap it up also on your side.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
also say something after they are done?
Yeah, no problem, Lorita. I'll give you a chance.
All right, yes, as I was saying, a lot of people see AI as a replacement for humans, where that's not really true. AI should serve as a support for human beings. I don't think AI can totally replace a human being. And but then if some of our teachers think that AI is going to totally replace them, they might actually resist to adopting it. So we need to emphasize that AI is a supportive tool rather than a total replacement for our teachers and educators. And we also need to teach our teachers. We need to train them to use AI effectively, and also um, highlight how it enhances their role in reducing administrative burdens on them. And also countries should also try to um, kind of adopt policies that protect teachers' job while incorporating AI as part of professional development programs, because this will give them the assurance that yes, this AI is not coming to take on their jobs. This AI is just here to support them and assist them. And also ethical use in AI assessment. AI-based assessment might lead to ethical concerns, as the first speaker mentioned earlier, that some AI tools developed outside Africa might not actually favor Africa. And there was an article I read that in 2020 there was a study in South Africa that highlighted inaccuracies in AI-powered grading systems that affected students from disadvantaged schools. These are some of the things that really need to be addressed. Despite AI, let's say, grading students' assessment, we need human beings that should oversight and validate the results. We shouldn't just let AI do everything on its own. AI shouldn't just let's say grade the system and make the final decisions. We should see AI as a supportive tool, as I mentioned, and then humans should validate the result, and we should regularly try to evaluate the algorithms of AI, because AI is working based on algorithms. So the algorithms need to be verified and validated for fairness, accuracy, and transparency. I'm going to stop here. I can see our first speaker is back, and it seems she has a lot to share with us. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity once again. The first speaker can go on. Thank you.
Please
Uh,
wrap it up.
I don't know if you can hear me now, and I'm so sorry. I don't know how you lost me, and unfortunately, no one communicated that you couldn't hear me. So I even don't know where I'd stopped. I don't know where I'd start from, but literally, let me just talk about just 2 points and finish. And I beg the moderator that if at all you get to a time where you cannot hear me, please communicate to me kindly.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, hope you can hear me now.
Yeah, you're audible enough.
I had talked about bias in the system. I don't know if you heard about that. Hello?
Hello. Yeah, you had talked about it.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
following on that. Yeah.
Those who are listening to me, I think if I talked about bias, I can leave it. Let me just go to accessibility. Accessibility and the digital divide also poses ethical challenge. Here in Africa or in Uganda, many rural areas and schools in Africa lack access to reliable electricity and internet. And all of us here, we know that to access internet, for example, like Wi-Fi, you need to be having data. Uh, Here in Uganda, it's a challenge that even though when the government tried to give us free internet like Wi-Fi, it only stopped in urban centers. So this raises a risk of AI widening the gaps between rural and urban students. For example, while students in cities like Kampala here, where I am, are using AI powered platforms, those in remote areas like Karamoja, if I use Karamoja, it's one of the districts that are bordering South Sudan. So it's very far that it does not have internet, may be left out. So to mitigate this, AI solutions must be designed to work offline. Like the project I talked about, as I explained on accessibility. In Uganda, there is a project which was initiated called Colibri. It was initiated in the refugee camps where most of these students get educated even though they are offline. For example, when we were in the COVID-19 pandemic, many schools were closed, but others remained teaching online. Therefore, that project provides offline access to educational content and demonstrates how technology can be adapted to low resource environments. There is also a concern about job displacement and dependency on technology. As AI takes over tasks like grading or personalized teaching, there is a risk that the role of teachers could diminish, leading to resistance of educators. This was evident in Ethiopia. I've seen there is some of our colleagues from Nigeria. I saw he has a very good research. He also talked about South Africa. I don't know if was that from Nigeria who is from speaking. Well, in Ethiopia, where the introduction of automated systems in schools initiated and caused fear among teachers, and therefore to mitigate on this, AI should be seen as a complement rather than a replacement for educators. Training programs should be empower teachers to use AI tools effectively, therefore to enhance the ability to support students rather than replacing their expertise. Finally, to conclude, as I had promised that I'm only going to talk about two things, there is a risk of over-reliance of foreign technology providers. I don't know how we are going to mitigate this, but it has led to outsourcing of sensitive educational data to companies outside Africa. Here, I mean, some African schools rely on AI tools developed in Europe or United States, which may not prioritize local needs or data sovereignty. Therefore, to me, to address this, African governments and universities should invest in building local AI, artificial intelligence capacities programs. For example, here at Makerere University, Africa Intelligence Lab was initiated, which develops AI solutions tailored to African context. We used to have many cases here in Makerere, where most of the students are graduate when they don't have marks through manipulating the systems, and they give marks to themselves. And on top of that, some of the students, they initiated a platform. It's like AI, artificial intelligence lab, where they detect those things. So I think if we invest in that, it can also be mitigated in that way. I beg to stop here. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much. Let's have Lorita. Lorita, I think you wanted to add, and let's take the shortest time possible so that we have limited time, so that we can also give the participant a forum to share their views and also to ask questions. So Lorita.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm not gonna talk about a lot. I'm just gonna cover the part for data privacy and security. That's the one thing that you have to know, is that when you talk about anything that is accessible on the internet, anything that you feed your personal information to, there's gonna be some issues with your data being private, and is it secure for you to be putting your data in that platform? One thing that I have learned or discovered in the previous year, 2024, is decentralized storage. This is a property that is covered by blockchain technologies, or let me say Web3 technologies. Blockchain is a distributed ledger technology where data is stored across a network of computer nodes rather than in centralized database. So instead of all the data of whether it's a student application or an AI for students or an AI for the school, the data for that application or for that AI tool is not stored on a centralized storage. So it's not like the whole information of each and every individual is stored in one place. It's like it's stored in different storages. Each student has its own personal storage, and the other student also has its own personal. So it's like all these nodes are connected in a network, whereby if an external user or an external person tries to access any information, whether in a node or in a single node, it doesn't matter where that node is located. If any external interference comes in, it is rejected. Like there's no how you can hack the network, and this is integrated in the internet computer, which we call ICP. And that is one thing that I discovered in the previous year, of which I also decided to integrate it in my project. And I saw that when you talk about data security, there's no how you, yes, the government can make more laws or tighter laws, but there are always going to be those people who just want to break the law for fun. There are always going to be hackers who just want to hack into your system for fun. But when you think about security in your application view, when you are developing the AI, from the development point, when you think about security from then, and then when you talk about this decentralized storage, which is tamper-proof storage. Every piece of data stored on the blockchain is cryptographically secured, and it is linked to previous data entry points. That is like, it forms a chain that you can't break into. And one other thing is that even if by some miracle, by some miracle, an entry point or a node is hacked, it does not stop the whole AI to function. And it doesn't mean that if one node is accessed, maybe one student's information can be leaked, but not all the students can student data can be leaked. Unlike when you have a centralized storage, once you enter, you have access to everyone's information. So that's the one other advantage of that. So I think when we're talking about developing AI tools, I think that's the one thing that we can maybe vouch for and say, this, we saw that when you talk about data security, data privacy, it works better. And when you're developing an AI using blockchain, you make your AI source code an open source. So that means if I'm a user and I want to see how your thing was developed, I have access to that. I can see where my data is being taken to. I can see what's going on with my information that I'm feeding to the AI. So that's the one point I just wanted to add on. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I hope I took as little time as possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. We have had a lot, we have discussed a lot. And as we have seen, we have various challenges and we also have advantages to this AI. And also how we can curb it with digital inclusion in Africa so that our education can be better, or what we can do maybe, or what we cannot integrate into our education system. And so we have had recent events in the past that have occurred. We have had COVID-19, we have had more maybe events that have affected our learning in Africa. And we have also had innovations from various universities. We've also had people coming up with new ideas on how to implement AI and what have you. And in Africa, in 2021, that is 2021, I think the University of Makerere, that is in Uganda, developed an AI-powered system to detect and prevent cheating during online exams. I think that is a main issue that I think most universities face today. So the system raised concern about privacy and potential for misuse. So my question is, how can universities implement AI technologies for academic integrity while respecting students' privacy rights and building trust within the students' body? How can universities implement AI technologies for academic integrity while respecting students' privacy? You know, privacy rights and building trust within the student's body. I think privacy is a main, data security also is a main issue when it comes to AI. So I'll give a chance maybe to one of the speakers to respond to that. And also now I'll open the forum to maybe one of the listeners who maybe feels to answer that question can respond to it. So you can just raise your hand. But let me, first of all, I'll start with only one of the speaker. And I think she has brought herself. Okay, just take the shortest time possible, please.
Yes,
Larissa,
thank you so much. I'm responding to this because it's more or less similar to what I was just talking about right now. I can say that on top of everything that I have said, when I talked about data privacy and security, I'm also still talking about blockchain. Now it's like I'm advocating for blockchain, but I saw it as an advantage when we were participating in a hackathon that was hosted by the UN and the University of Pretoria in September. One other thing on top of the decentralized storage that I talked about, the tamper-proof storage, I'll also talk about in the sense that I'm using the example that you gave for the university that developed an AI that is that checks for cheating during online exams. How blockchain can help in this sense is that it comes with or uses private and public keys to manage data. For example, a student in that platform, maybe in that AI platform, they are given a private key which acts as their, it's like your digital signature or password. It's like, it's not really like your password that you type, because those, yeah, it's easy for someone to get access to them, right? Because they'll be looking at your behavior or studying your behavior. This person likes putting people's birthdays as passwords. It gives you a digital signature. And this signature, or let me say this password or this key, is the one that you use to access or share your personal information. So in a sense that, yes, you have your personal identity or ID or password, which you use to manage your data, but you can also allow access to whether it's a student, I mean a lecture, or authorized parties. These institutions or authorized parties, they use what we call public keys to verify or request access to the data. It's like they request access to your data. If they're requesting access to your exam, is it maybe you are writing an exam today? If they want to mark that exam, they request access to your exam, and then you give them you give them access to that exam that you wrote, but they cannot modify the contents of that exam. So it's not, there's no how you could say maybe your lecture modified your information, or your lecture tampered with your exam, hence why you got less marks or whatnot. And there's no how you could say, like how I was saying, it's not easy for the system or for that AI to be hacked if it is in a decentralized chain, or let me say a blockchain. It's not easy for someone to access your data unless you give them permission, and you give them permission after they have requested. I don't know if I'm understood from that point. And this helps in a sense that the student has control over their data. So they can't really, you can't really complain and say, maybe the lectures are accessing your information that you did not allow them to access. You allow them access to what they requested. I'm not sure if I'm understood. Like, for example, when you're applying for a university or a job, you can share verified records without relying on intermediaries or speeding up the process and ensuring privacy. Like, you control who gets to see your information. Am I still audible?
Yeah, wrap it up. Yeah, it's still audible.
Yes. Just all in all, any access or modification attempt is logged on the chain and is visible to you as the owner of the information. And any unauthorized access is impossible without the private key, making the system inherently secure. So I would say, if we want to talk about data security, data privacy, or we want to avoid instances where users can raise those concerns, this is what we can this is the solution we can drive for. As if you want to develop an AI, this is what you can take into consideration. And also you can take into consideration to make your source, I mean your AI, to be open source. Open source doesn't mean that anyone can use it. They can use it with your permission. They can't just take it. Open source just means that as someone can just see or look at how your application was developed, but they can't reuse it without your permission. So it's still not like you are sharing your secret. Yeah, we can still share our secrets, but we want our users to be secure, right? Okay, let me let me not take a long time and just stop right there. Thank you so
I'm very
much.
passionate about that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Loretta. I know you have a lot of information to share to our young students
Wow, amazing.
across Africa. So I think I will give this opportunity to the public. Maybe if you want to respond to any question, you can raise up your hand, or if you have any question to our panelists, you can also put it across. So I think I will give only 1 minute each. So please keep on time, because also time is a factor. So I saw a first hand up. That was Isaac. Isaac, are you there?
Yes, please, moderator Samson. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, mine is not a question, but there is some information I wanted to add when we are discussing about job displacement with the AI. Actually, when you happen to read the World Economic Forum on its Global Risks Report of 2025, the 20th edition, it clearly says this. Actually, the report clearly shows that AI is going to displace about 9 million jobs globally, like because of AI this year. However, the good news is it's going to create around 11 million jobs, and technology itself is going to create something like around 30 million jobs globally. So my advice would be like to people, like it's upon us to upgrade our skills to ensure that we fit, because the world is full of innovations and creativity. Sometimes you might be scared that my job is going to be taken, but it's upon you to think and be innovative to ensure that you make your job or that particular activity you're doing sustainable with the different trends of technology that are emerging. The future is secure. It's about strategic location, and we see how we can, benefit from the whole benefit of artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Isaac. Actually, I wanted to add on the same, and I think you have made it well. Yeah, as people may say, as Isaac has said, that AI may lead to lots of jobs, but also remember, AI is going also to bring more jobs into place. So actually, it's not going to replace jobs. It's just going to help you be innovative more. Because as the day goes by, we bring more and more innovations. We perfect from the previous innovated things, and also we improve. Thank you, Isaac, for that. Thank you so much. I think let me we'll give the opportunity also to some people who have raised their hand, but please let's strictly stay on time. 1 minute each. I will start with Teresa. Teresa, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, sorry, I got headphones. Yeah, thank you. Great event. Brother Victor, this is Teresa. It's a question and a comment. My comment is in 2000.
Before you go on, Teresa.
Yeah.
Please introduce yourself, from which country, and maybe which university if
Okay,
you're a student, or which
because you said
profession.
1 minute, I didn't want to take the time. Okay,
no problem.
I'm from the UK, and I am a business consultant and innovator. My question is, given that in 2019, they got all the countries in the globally to do a license so that they can use all of the sky and the sea and on the sea to create a grid so that they own the spaces and we are licensing the spaces. And some of the ministers that came to the event, some were going to invest in their community and some said it was too expensive. And the space between one village and the next was too vast. Where are we with the infrastructure? Because part of the access is about, can they actually access some of this? And my comment is that AI is not going to take the jobs, but the people who have AI skills will take your job. And potentially that means that we're battling again for the same jobs created by other people. So how can we make sure that we innovate, but innovate within our own restrictions and not following the breadcrumbs that they've left and we become their workforce? Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. Uh, any of the speakers who want to maybe add on what Teresa has mentioned?
Teresa, Natasha, so sorry for that. Natasha, are you there kindly? You can answer that. Or Lorita. I don't know if they did get that question rightly. Yeah, it's more focused on digital infrastructural link to what we are discussing about. How far, what can we innovate? I don't know if somebody did get that question right.
Uh,
Sam, are you there?
sorry, sorry to interrupt. I think there was an echo while she was speaking. So could you ask the question again, or if someone knows the question, could they tell us what was it about?
Okay. What what I was hearing, she was asking about. We know we understand that there is need for us to adopt AI in everything that we are doing, and how far are we innovative in terms of digital infrastructure development? Because as much as we want to have AI, there's going to be us keeping on storing different data sets in the continent. So, what do you think about that? How can we approach that area? Yeah. Natasha, are you there? It seems Natasha is not around.
Okay.
Lorita, you there?
Okay. The thing is, can you please repeat that question again?
Yeah, that question is too challenging to you guys. Anyway, yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
the
Okay.
question was
Okay.
Hello, Victor. From
yes,
I think
yes.
from what maybe I can say for that question, so that I think we can foster AI so that it can lead to more job creations and not actually make us lose jobs, but assist your role. One thing that we can do, we can focus on human AI collaboration, such that we develop systems that enhance the human capabilities rather than replacing them. For example, we can do such that we can maybe innovate something to handle repetitive tasks, allowing humans maybe to focus on more complex and creative work, such that when we focus on human AI collaboration, it will enhance the capabilities of human. AI will assist us, but not replace us. So that is one thing that I can say. And for the infrastructure, maybe of artificial intelligence and in digital inclusion, what I can say is that we can maybe expand and improve digital infrastructure, maybe to ensure that everyone has maybe this access to the internet so that they can be able to benefit from AI innovations. I think doing this, I don't think that as people say, AI will replace, but what Teresa was putting across that we need to embrace this AI so that it can help us and not replace us. So it maybe helps you in innovation, maybe make it assist you to perform a certain task. Yeah, that is what I can put across.
Okay, thank you. That is one. In fact, but also I want to add that when it comes to digital infrastructure, we must understand. In fact, I want every student in every those who are still in the university setting, go and do a research on the first mile connectivity, the middle mile enablers, and the last mile connectivity. It's very because sometimes we talk about having access to the internet in our Wi-Fi places using that endpoint. But you realize that there's some submarine cables which are there in the oceans. They are going to be internet exchange points. They are going to be fiber cables which have been rolled out through different roads and different infrastructures. There are going to be different satellites, yeah, that are working towards. All these are the things we need to be discussing as students, because if we as a continent, we are not going to be creating pathways, not just in terms of developing this infrastructure, but also creating financial and fundraising strategies, financial pathways to put that Africa is going to be self-sufficient in developing this infrastructure. And one of the key areas here is policy issues, because Africa, we are really fragmented in terms of legal policy or policy that can enable us to work together. So I want to give everybody a task here. Please, 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 if you're a student and you've seen this topic as a very key area, one of the areas you need to think around is how can we promote digital infrastructure development in Africa through one, looking at the first mile connectivity. Because in Africa, the cables, the submarine cables that are like cycling the whole Africa, from South Africa to Nigeria to Egypt to Eritrea to Tanzania, yeah, to Mozambique down there. Only Chinese cables, yeah. Some are like from companies like Meta have also worked hard to create their cables over all around Africa, yeah. Now there is no most of African governments always talk to you about having Wi-Fi place installed, but they will never talk to you about how are they contributing to the globalization in terms of digital infrastructure development. So we are the people to understand these things, and we're the people to create strategies and start talking about them and making the right change. Because yes, AI is here. We are really, really happy with the work it's doing. But now at the end of it all, our economies are going to be translated to be data-driven economies. They're never just going to be oil-driven economies. They're going to be data-driven economies. And a data-driven economy is an economy that how it operates is only how much data does it control within its jurisdiction. So it is about us. It's about how young we are. It's about the energy we still carry. It's about the gap we can fill and create so that we're able to bring this change. I just wanted to jump on that because time is also not there. But yeah, Teresa is my good friend here from the UK. I didn't know she was here. Thank you so much for joining and asking that wonderful question. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Sam, please back to you.
Yeah,
Sorry for taking your time.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, I think our time is up, but let me just, I can see one hand raised. Hey, several hands. Let me give each at least maybe 20 to 30 seconds, please. Only the three that have raised their hands. So let me start with Rex. Rex, please, 30 seconds as we wind up. Either a comment or a question.
Thank you for allowing me to be part of the team. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Mine is a concern and a brief, maybe a question in simpler terms, under 20 seconds. I'm an administrator, Zambia. As much as AI has actually improved most of people's lives, it is a challenge trying to administer it. Do we have a way as we are going to harmonize and establish things? Because what I'm seeing, AI is being implemented on individual capacity, but we are looking at including Africa in this digital interface. How are we going to actually break that shell where we can work as one team? If we can talk about myself protecting what I can create. Our friends have expanded and have grown. Why? Because I can develop something where other people can tap in, and that is what has made them to grow. What measures are we going to put in place as a team in Africa to boost and from there? Thank you.
Hello, Rex, can you please pardon the last question? You suddenly went off, please.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Please pardon, my network is very bad.
Okay, no problem. Just repeat the question, please.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying, as in trying to improve and include Africa on that interface, where we can handle and do things as Africa. Of course, our colleagues, they are able to do things, tapping from where once began and expand it from there. With us here, AI, we are looking at it as an individual development, where if I start up something, I should go on up to the end alone. Thus, in trying to share information, there is a lot involved. Our colleagues start with an individual and end up with millions of people. So with AI in Africa, if we are to be included in that interface, how are we going to expand from this we have started to grow it to that level where we can share ideas and build from there? Unlike the way we are handling, I hope I'm actually being gotten correct on this.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Anyone who can respond to that question in the shortest time?
Thank you so much.
Answer.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead, Loricha.
Yes. I think if I understand his question, he's asking what's the plan, since we are looking at Africa as a whole, not at an individual level, right?
Yes.
So, did I get his question correctly, or I understood it differently?
Yeah, I think that is the point of the question, yeah.
Okay. In my point of view, if I'm here in Botswana and I want to advocate for AI, or we are building, we want to improve our countries in the area of education, or let me say my country, and I'm here with Samson, I'm here with Raphael, I'm here with Isaac, I'm here with God's Way. We are all in different countries, right? If I'm looking at Botswana and someone is looking at South Africa and someone is looking at Zimbabwe, but we have the same mission, we are being driven by the same mission or the same vision, I think at the end of the day, we're going to end up covering the whole continent. It might not be like, it might look like I'm the only individual here in Botswana. But if I'm talking about AI in education in Botswana, and maybe while we are in this, as I understand, we're going to be having trainings in the coming weeks, we are going to be getting information or getting strategies or sitting down and brainstorming that if I'm in Botswana, what can I do? Or if I already have an idea, I would say, I have this idea and I want to implement this idea in my country. If you are in Zimbabwe and you see that, oh, this has potential, we can also implement this in Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, we are going to cover the whole country because we are here to sit down with all our brains from South Africa, from Nigeria, from Ethiopia. We are here to share ideas on what we can do in each and every one of our country. We are not saying we are going to develop something that is going to be launched straight away in the whole of Africa. We start in our countries. Or in an example, I might not be the only one who's connected from Botswana here, and I might not be the only one who's connected from Limpopo, or I have people who are connected in different universities in the same country. Or I can say, I want to do this in my university, but in the place that you start at, it expands from there. At the end of the day, we're going to cover the whole of our country. We're talking about infrastructure in terms of technology. We're talking about digital inclusion in education. If I talk about digital inclusion in my school, digital inclusion in Botswana, at the end of the day, I'll be talking about digital inclusion in the whole of Africa, looking at the team that we have right now. Thank you so much. I hope I answered his question or attempted his question. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Loretta, and thank you for the response. And I think, Raphael, please, let me just give you 30 seconds, please. Don't take long, please, because you're the only one, so I can't leave you out. Please, Raphael.
Okay, thank you very much. In fact, I'm from Malawi, as you have already said, and I'm happy that I've gathered a lot of knowledge to do with AI. But then I've got this one question to say. One of the speakers said that we have got one of the app, which is AI, which can be used even to learn while offline. I don't know what name is given to this app, so that maybe we can download if it is downloadable. Sure, I think for the sake of time, let me just stop there.
Okay, so the one who mentioned the offline app, please, you can write the name on the chat, and also you can unmute and say the name.
I think it was Natasha, and I don't see her
Yeah.
here.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
So I think, Raphael, I think you'll get your feedback on the WhatsApp group if you are there.
No problem.
Yeah. So you can liaise with Victor, and you'll get the information you need, and everybody else who wants to use that app. So for the time that we have, thank you. Thank you all for your time. I know it has been a lot, and we have had a lot to share, and we have learned new things. We have learned new ideas, and also I think networking is good. So you can chat a friend who you think can be your mentor. You can collaborate, make innovations. You can get in touch with Loretta and assist in her building the persons with disabilities application. You can partner with Ali. You can partner with Natasha.
Yes,
you can partner
please.
with Daisy. Yeah, who is that, please?
No, I was just agreeing, sir. I was like, yes, please,
Okay.
collaboration.
Yeah, collaboration actually is good. So we need to embrace it. Let us not just leave the meeting without communicating with each other. Let us not just say that, oh, the meeting is done. Let us do something. Let us impact Africa, and let us change Africa for the better. And I think from my side, I am done. Maybe if there's any speaker who wants to maybe say thanks to the listeners. Just one speaker.
Host, can I just say something quickly? Host, Victor?
I can see Teresa's hand up. Teresa,
Yes,
please.
somebody's
Yes,
asking me for
Teresa.
my
Yes,
question. Yes, somebody's asking me for my question. Could you repeat my question for me? Because I'm not able to repeat it because of connection.
Victor, can you get her?
Did you hear me, Victor?
yeah, I can try to get her. Yeah.
Somebody's asking for my question, but can you repeat it for me because my connection is not good?
Yeah, I did repeat that earlier. In fact, it's no problem. Thank you so much for asking that. Yeah, so Teresa is one of my friends. We are working on a program that's going to be engaging our community soon, and I think you're going to be announcing that officially to you guys. Anybody who can really find interest in that area will definitely jump in. Another thing is that from next week, we are planning to have a digital inclusion leadership training. You know that this community was not just meant to come here and talk alone, but is also was out to give us an opportunity to be built on capacity on digital inclusion leadership. And as you can see here, we've curated some sessions for you. That is next week and the other week. We are going to be having a session on Wednesday and Thursday as a training session uh, for us to understand what digital inclusion really is, and just a draft outlook of what is here for you guys is that we're going to be looking at what digital divide is, what digital inclusion is, what digital equity is, digital inclusion leadership, digital equity planning, digital implementation strategies, and we're going to have a call to action by 30th of January. So which means by the end of this month, you're going to be declared a digital inclusion leader in Africa. And for students, this is going to be for students and not for the whole community. So I want us to be very keen enough to apply in that link, because we are never going to text you even if you're here but you didn't apply through the link of application. Please go there and try to reapply. That we do the training. We already have trainers who are going to be helping us. Trainers are going to come from Kenya, US, some from Nigeria, from Malawi, every part of Africa. So we have very good trainers, and even some of our executives here are also going to be training you guys. So let's prepare to this. Just a draft list of the training. We're going to design it well and we're going to share it with you, and make sure that we build digital inclusion leaders, not just from what we say, but also how we act. So that is what I wanted to share with you. That next week on Wednesday we start the training. So more information is going to be shared in the group, but just be ready for information to be reached out to you. So we have two information to reach. One is about the digital inclusion leadership training beginning next week and ending by 30th. Another one is about uh, is a is about the partnership that I'm going to be announcing to the community from our friend Teresa here. Otherwise, if there's no any other comment, question, additions, or anything that is burning, we can really, I want to really thank our speakers for today. From Daisy, who replaced Sifa Kinoti, Ali Hassan from Nigeria, very good work. You've really done well for at least even reaching out different students over there. Natasha, we are very, very much grateful. Thank you so much. Michelle, unfortunately, didn't get an opportunity because of some electricity challenges in Zimbabwe. So we're going to be still looking our way to get her next time. Lorita, you've been so amazing this session. I'm so happy to hear, to really feel the energy was right and top over there. Thank you so much. You can also share your LinkedIn profile so that people can reach out to you, especially our speakers now. Yeah. Please, somebody want to connect to you, somebody want to get to know here more about you. Please just reach out to there. And thank you so much also our host for today, Samson Ataya, a very amazing soul over here who has been very, very supportive to Africa Digital Inclusion Alliance, and know that the journey still continues. So some of the updates I'm having now is that next week we have a training for digital leadership training. It will be for free. Not going to be costing anybody. Only that when it comes to certificates, we're not going to be giving you for free, guys. That is the reality of the matter. Yeah. And then number two, also we're going to be having Africa Digital and Data Sovereignty Day celebration. Sorry for that. We're going to be having Africa Data and Sovereignty Day celebration in 21st of February. And I want you guys to be part of that conversation also. We're going to be engaged. So we have some activities coming up, and others are coming up, like the summit in Zambia and any other area. So let's team up. This is our work. We have to do it collaboratively and get to see that digital inclusion is fully in Africa. Otherwise, if there's no other comment, I want us to listen to our official African Union uh, anthem, and then from there is where when you can leave. You don't leave when the anthem is not yet over.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity.
home to over 1.2 billion people.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining the call, and let's look forward to next engagement on Wednesday and Thursday for training for those who had applied to the link. Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.
I'll see you. See you.